You know,
What's going on, man?
I'm a little
It's Frank Starfire.
nice to meet you.
And, I'm a simple guy, and I live my life by really simple means, you know what I mean? And, I live by simple mottos and credos and phrases and everything because it works for me, you know what I mean? Lately, I've adopted a new one.
Right now. And just so you know, like, I have a floppy disk that says Lancin Samples on it.
Yo, he still
I still got that.
What? Do you add that right now?
Oh,
you need to find that
somewhere in it.
It's
probably in there with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
A floppy disk.
Because I got all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards too.
A hard disk. You got a hard disk.
Yeah.
With your fucking name on it.
Yep. Lancin Samples. Word up. I've had it for years.
Yo, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I'm surprised my aunt never hit me up and said, yo, I found mad hard drives in the fucking wall.
Right.
I had like 4 hard drives in the fucking wall.
Yo.
Everything. I left that shit.
Let me start this up. Hey, what up, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy Frank Starfire. You're in the Just Be Frank podcast. With me this week. This is a special one for me, man. I got my boy Sid Knowledge back in the building. You know what I'm saying? And then I got my man 50 Grand, this cat daddy right here, and he taught me how to fucking rhyme on a beat to catch the beat. You know what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker used to produce every one of our records that we put out when we was a Tri-Face Villains gang.
He taught me.
Gang.
He taught me how to make beats and produce music and stuff like this.
My brother. Lancin Canzino in the building. He's got a Now he's in Virginia, and he's got his own contracting business. So if you need any work done out there in the land of VA, you hit this cat daddy up.
Just hit me up. You know what I mean? All my plugs, Lancin Canzino, gmail.com, the 7570, the good contractor.
We're gonna put all that in the description, man. But brother, thank you for being here.
No,
I appreciate you.
No question. My brother's 40th birthday. You know what I mean? Had to be a special one. I had to sit there and make sure it happened for him.
Yo, you know what? It's funny because we was upstairs, you know what I'm saying, before the podcast, before we started filming, we was up there and we was just talking about the old times and shit. And then you it's fucked up. And I hate to remember this, but it's the funniest shit. So this one time, me and my boy Jamal got into a little tiff, right? And so I told LeBron, I told Sid, and he was working at the Gap on the Ave at the time.
We was on Jamaica Ave.
It was my birthday.
The Gap right next to Jamaica Multiplex Cinema. Before that all happened, when they first built up the movie theater, they had the Bally's, they had the Old Navy.
Man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
That's when Jamaica Ave. I'm just saying, that's when Jamaica Ave was really on and popping right after they put up that movie.
Area.
Oh my goodness. Yo, shout out to Golden Crust too, because they don't do that shit out here in PA.
Fuck Golden Crust.
Nah.
Shout out to Jamaica Flavors.
Okay.
Right there on 165. They go to Jamaica Patty.
Yo.
Rest in peace, the owner of Golden Crust. He committed suicide with the last year. Some financial.
Oh, man, that's where we was at, boy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, I'm gonna let my man continue with the story.
But so we got into a little tip over some bullshit, and we wound up getting into a little scrap on the app. The hustler dudes on the corner, shots of my mans over there. I was like, yo, I got to keep it moving. So, you know, we separated. It was my birthday, no less. So I went, got my hair done, had a good time. And then this dude met me over by my sister's crib. My brother met me over there. And then we somehow met up with like 5 or 6 other people. Amongst them was this cat right here coming from work. And then we went all the way from the Ave to Linden on the 84. We were on the 84 chilling, just getting ready. And we walked down to Linden from 120th, like in a fucking army march of a bunch of us.
It had 2 by 2 going straight down.
Not for nothing. We was actually, I think we were rolling like 12. It had to be like 12.
There was at least 12 of us.
And plus, I had met at least 4 of these motherfuckers on the Ave right after I got out of work.
Work.
So when I told them what was going on, after he done hit me up and told me what was going on, he had actually came up to my job and said that we had drama.
Right.
I couldn't just leave. I couldn't just leave work. I had to finish my shift, you know what I'm saying? Being the good nigga that I am. You know what I'm saying? I went there, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I got out of work, I seen 4 of the dudes that I rolled deep with. You know what I'm saying?
Like, Josh, and fucking.
I think it was Jason was there, and Dame I think was there too,
and Pudge I think was with
right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Pudge too, man.
Right. Yeah, shout out to my nigga Pudge.
Them,
Yo, his birthday is on the same day as mine, November 6th. So shout out to my man Pudge.
And Uncle Big Justin.
Also to my twin, Uncle Big Justin. Shout out to him too.
Butter, my nephew Butter.
Yes, definitely
he's on
Butter.
He's on the 8th, and my mom's blessed day is on the 14th. And so I know a lot of Scorps, man. I know a lot of Scorpios, man.
This right here. Wow.
Yeah. This is Just Be Frank podcast.
Yeah, listen, man.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we do here,
Yeah,
man.
you know what I
We
mean?
talk shit, we reminisce.
And we gonna let this shit run for as long as we
As long as
can.
it can.
Because there's a lot of shit that goes on.
And I probably feel
And there's a lot of shit that went on.
and
There's
it's
a lot of
it
fucking
starts to
memories.
get all janky. You know, I'm gonna stop it. We'll cut. We'll go to commercial real quick. We'll bring it right back because that's how Frank does. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm just happy to have you here, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know, and we haven't seen you, Lance, in almost 10 years.
It's been that long.
It's been that long, man. Like the last time I think I seen you was maybe 2012. I think you came up to the hood. I know it was before your moms and pops moved back down to Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You were there briefly. You know what I'm saying? You weren't there. Yeah, you weren't there for long, man. But it's good to see you, man. I'm happy for you. Congratulations on the wedding.
You already.
You know what I'm saying? The kids and the family and business and everything. Congratulations, good sir. How the rest of the kids?
Man, everybody good, man. Everybody solid, doing what they gotta do.
Okay, this is gonna be a weird question, but this is Frank talk on this joint here. Are you cordial or at least congenial with your ex?
Man, she good. Everything good. She went remarried. I'm remarried. Everybody doing what they supposed to be doing. Grown people shit.
Good. Very good. Always glad for that because you know there are times when we find it hard to connect with those people that we have had dealings
no issue with that.
And that's a good thing.
No issue with that. Gotta be able to link up and take care of responsibilities. Grown man shit.
Yeah. How was it difficult at first?
Oh man, of course. You know, the distance between us, you know, me being in VA, them being in Florida, that's just wild.
Right.
You know, that's a big difference.
What prompted, because the last time I saw you, you were in Alabama.
Right.
And how the hell did you manage to get to VA?
Well, I decided I needed to fresh start.
Okay.
Hit the reset button.
Right.
Get everything together, and I did that.
Okay.
Once I did that, I said, you know what? I gotta be able to parent.
Right.
From a distance. Co-parent is hard, but if you want it, you make it happen.
Okay. True. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Do they come up to VA to see you, or
I haven't had the chance to bring them there, but I just went and purchased a new home.
Right.
So
congrats.
Appreciate that.
Blessings.
Everybody, always welcome. Right. Always welcome. I'm gonna make time since I'm a business owner now. I'm not sitting there trying to just do things for other people, do it for myself. I got that time.
Right. This is what man Cap was talking about, ownership. Right. And how important that is. And I ain't gonna lie, I took the little COVID unemployment shit that I was getting, and I went right Star Fire Productions.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't invest in yourself, then you just you work this. You know what I mean? Cam said it before. You know what I mean? You can't make money on the earth this big. You work this, kid.
Right.
So get to it.
Right.
Whoa! The first hip hop bars on the podcast.
That's a jewel. That's right there. That's a jewel that would just drop
Right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Enjoy that, people.
And no, but you gotta resonate with that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's
You
some
can't
real
just-
shit.
Yeah, it's real. That's real
Always.
talk.
You already
Shout out
know.
to Cameron.
Word. Killer Can.
No.
Killer Can.
Word.
Dipset all day. You know what I mean? So now you got the business. You're doing construction.
I'm doing all contracting that need to be done. Whether it's drywall, whether it's flooring, whether it's bathrooms. I just did a whole bathroom. I just did a whole floor, a tile floor.
Oh man,
This is what I do.
I was working with my guy Phil. I have a slight knowledge of contracting.
I mean, he was good at what he did.
good,
You know what I'm saying? He knew the properties that he needed to get to in order to make that money and stuff like that, whatever, which is good and stuff like that. But that's your man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it like that. That's your man.
Make good money.
He called me the other day. I gotta give him a call back. I haven't had a
That's
chance to.
that's his man. Now Frank is my man's, and I work with the dude. I just don't like the guy, but he showed me some good, you know what I mean, some good traits and whatnot that I should pick up and whatnot to make me get better at what I do, because I'm into the construction thing. I like to fix shit and this, that, and the third, like my brother does. But you know what I mean, that's my man.
We're gonna take a quick break real quick. We'll be right back on the Just to Be Frank podcast. Give me 2 shakes, yo. Listen to these fucking commercials. I'm gonna film a commercial. Why not? Listen to the damn commercial.
I was like, yo, you gotta make it out of there. I was just telling Ellie that earlier. I was like, man, I'll beat that nigga up. That nigga talk about he about to leave. I had a different path. I had to get money. You know what I mean? Small kid. And she already had a small kid. What I'm supposed to do. Even though we left years later, but I was like, yo, I gotta get this money. Whether it was hustling, whether it was going to work, whether it was sitting there trying to fix everything to make it work, I had to do what I had to do.
I missed you, bro.
I
That's
miss you
all.
too, man.
You know what I mean? That shit hurts, yo. You know what I mean? Like,
It wasn't.
it was a long time. You know what I mean? Because
Right, but it
we
was
were
an
in it
L, though.
together.
It was a lesson. Okay, I gave you what you needed.
You
You
right.
go do what you need to do.
Right.
I know what I need to do. We gonna link. All right.
I agree.
It took a couple years, but we're gonna link.
All right.
And that's all it needed to be. All right, we're gonna link. So we linked.
Cause you know what I mean? Like, you know what it was? It was more like, cause after Dad, like, you know what I mean, like, just left and shit like that or whatever, and he was just living his own life. We only had each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But we
And
had
then when
enough.
you left, it's like, yo, I have nothing.
Nah, you had brothers.
I did. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a different mother, but you had brothers. I had a whole family. Right. We had to say, yo, let's link and do this. And we did that.
That was a touching moment, and I appreciate you for
Sit-
having
bro.
it on the Just to Be Frank podcast.
Did you really record
I
that?
sure did.
Fuck, man.
I couldn't not.
We had to link.
You gotta have it. But here's the thing, and the funny shit is, you know what?
It's been a minute because
Right.
it's been a minute. Like you don't understand. Like after he left New York and shit like that, I was lost. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to do.
Shit.
You wasn't lost, you just needed another path.
We found it. You know what it is? You don't
It's
recognize
different,
the
though.
path. You don't recognize the path that you're on until you actually get to where you're going sometimes.
Right. And then you look back and say,
I
I
knew,
took
but
these steps.
But I knew where I was going. I knew what I wanted to do. But I think I just needed that structure.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
older brother will give you because
But you had it. I left you.
But you was gone, yo. You know
I
what
was
I'm saying?
gone.
but you were
Some-
going in physical, but it's something that I've only come to the grips and understanding of recently. Physical manifestation of that bond is one thing, but it's always there. The connection is always there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel my brothers. I know they're there. That's why, listen, me and my brothers don't always get along. for facts, like we know this. Me and
We
my
just had a
older
conversation.
brothers and I,
Man, this ain't a box, for real.
do not always get along. But all my older brothers ever have to do is give me a call, and what do you need? You know what I'm saying? It's a simple thing because look, I'm fortunate that my spirit allows me to be able to say I can forgive just about anything.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah, I can definitely say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm Paul and everybody else.
You know what I mean? I can forgive a lot of shit, and I'm hoping that allows me to be forgiven for any transgressions I've committed against anybody. You know what I'm saying? But what I ultimately hope is that what I've taken from each of my brothers, and I'm talking about you, David, Wayne, Craig, Joe, Just, you know what I'm saying? Trev, like what I've taken from all of y'all is a sense of purpose. I am my brother's keeper. You know what I'm saying?
Right, as long
You
as
know
you keep
what I'm
what
saying?
he told you.
And you know what's crazy? Not to cut you off, but after you left and whatnot, that's what I was trying to be to him.
That's what you need.
Like literally, like that force that's like, yo, you need to go do this.
I was a little recalcitrant, weirdly enough.
Like, yo, you need to go do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna force the same shit that my brother instilled into me. I'm gonna instill into you right now.
It just manifested in a different way because the truth is, to do this podcast requires a great sacrifice on my part. You know what I'm saying? But he pushed me to do it. He's like, "Yo, do that shit. Just keep doing it. Just put out more, do more content,
Right.
film this." Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's paying off because I'm getting these views and the numbers are going up and things are going well. Money will come when it comes, and that's the one benefit that I have of still working for a living.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I own my own business and I want to run it full time, I recognize that that's not in the cards at the moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not something that can't be obtained.
Right. It's just it's a progression to get there. You know what I'm saying? But I've set myself up into a better place than I was 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm in
If you
a
ain't
much
progressively moving,
right.
then you definitely sitting there wasting your time and your energy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which is
I
pointless.
ain't bragging, but I put extra 5, maybe 10 pounds on the bar every time I lift. That's what I do now. I lift. So when I say, you know what, this is my walk for this month, I've been out gym for COVID, but I tell myself,
Sorry, have that, bro. We got
ain't
you.
you dumping over here.
We got you dumping over
I
here.
built my own gym. I had no choice.
Yeah.
Had to sit there. I went and bought me a squat rack, and then I said, one bought me a bench, and then one bought me a bar.
I'm trying to do that right now.
I did everything.
The elliptical machine.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Cardio.
tell myself, my cardio is outside.
Well, that's true.
There's no better cardio than going right on the street.
That's right.
See, and you know what's crazy? I was trying to do that, but you know what I'm saying? But
You got all these damn hills.
you don't
You take a hill and say this hill right here. I own this hill.
it's
And another hill. And another hill.
when I'm in the gym, I could be on an elliptical for 30 minutes flat, 35 tops and shit like that, and not break and not lose a breath. When I'm out in the street, it's different.
It's of course different.
Because you got the external factors of traffic,
What?
environment. You know what I'm saying?
You got
Nature.
nature. You got cars. You got everything going on that machine.
But then
straight.
no, but then I
And
have
you
to,
got
but then I have to account for that I have acute asthma, so it's more I have to try to push myself harder in the gym in order to do that shit outside.
right.
And I try to do that.
And it can't. It's not being about trying. You already know what we do with that.
Right.
That shit in the trash can.
Right.
And we'll go.
Right.
And it's just about doing.
And
if you take steps to doing it, you'll get there.
you know what? I don't know what it is. And I go to the gym fairly frequently now. I like to hit the heavy bag. That's my shit. But what I have noticed and what I'm thankful for is that I have been smoking cigarettes since I was 15 years old. And while I do notice some marginal, difference in it, it doesn't really hold me back too much. You know what I'm saying? I think I attribute that a lot to diet, but I just try and stay active.
But I think, like, even with the cigarettes and stuff like that, like, to me, weed is fun.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that gives me somewhat of a motivation and stuff like that. But when it comes to cigarettes, I think that helps a lot.
Oh, yeah, because no matter what, they're unhealthy.
Your lung
period.
capacity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something that you try to cut out of a so-called regimen.
Right.
And stuff like that, so you can live healthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because obviously tobacco is not healthy.
Not at all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just see me sit here and smoke a cigarette, and I'm going to tell you right now, don't do it. It's terrible. It sucks. It's not fun. But
it's more
it's a mental
constant,
mental thing. It's a mental thing.
Because I remember when I was smoking 2 packs a day. I couldn't sit there and start a car without lighting up.
Yeah, I've never
had to sit there and fall back from that. I smoke blacks now, but I'll probably smoke a black the whole day.
Right.
Then I'm done.
Right.
Because I know there's other things I gotta be running around doing is other than lighting a cigarette to get my day started. Right. And once you get hold of that, you get hold of everything else.
Right. It's mental. And you have to put those blocks in there because it's going to change.
Right. My steppops, shout out to Joe Rubin, told
Big
me,
Joe,
if you could get ahead and leave it, put it down for 3 days, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
And once you put it down for 3 days, everything else is mental.
I don't know if that's gonna be the same thing as smoke weed though, because
no,
I'm sorry, I just can't shit down.
Well, no, I'll tell you what.
But that's a choice though.
I'll be honest.
It does other things.
Smoking cannabis in and of itself is, I don't think it's an addictive property. What I do think is addictive is the act of smoking. And it's a social thing.
I'm not going to even say that. I'm not going to even say that because I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say that for you and me. And I was telling this to somebody that I know, that it's not the fact that you can smoke it and you have an addiction to it. It's how you can obtain it. If you can easily obtain the fucking weed, then what the fuck is the problem?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you had a hard time procuring marijuana and shit like that, then that's when I say you have a fucking addiction. But we never had that. So, like we couldn't go like, yo, let me call somebody or let me run down the block.
Right. Let me go see the homie.
Yeah, let me go see the homie and get that and then automatically have that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't something like that, I don't think. I think it was more that we just like smoking weed. It's not something that, you know what I mean, it was just the norm for us, I guess. I would say it was just the norm.
And it kind of fit into the lifestyle of what we were doing. We were trying to be rappers.
Right.
So,
and then we're going to revert all the way back to the beginning to where, you know, where most of the, like, this is how all of us linked up, because I didn't know Frank before anything.
Right.
It was just my brother. My brother used to have everybody else come over. I didn't know none of these.
He'd come home from Tiger Showman's, and he'd see us in the backyard, and he'd be like, "Yo, what up, y'all?" And then he'd go in the house and go be on the phone talking to whatever girl he was fucking with, or playing his video games, and that was it, or stretching, or just sleeping.
Right.
That was it.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the extent of my life.
We'd be outside all night long till the sun came up.
Smoking weed,
bad
smoking
bottles,
cigarettes,
bad just smoking.
anything.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
You stay up so I can move this shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Make this happen, make that happen.
That is no confession right there. But I'm just saying.
And then, of course, you know, like, eventually it came to a point where he'd come home from night shows and he'd chill outside. You know what I'm saying? And he'd chill with us, and then he'd bring Bud from like around like Astoria with his peoples and shit.
Alright, so stop the tape right now, because back in the day, before I started fucking with them, all we used to smoke was regular green.
Right. That's all we had.
Let's just keep it.
That's all we had.
A little beef and broccoli.
Keep it always
Okay, we get it. You know what I'm saying? We get a little beef and broccoli every once in a while.
Go places to get that shit.
Now,
But like you,
this is when we
start.
when I used to fuck with these niggas out there, they used to fuck with the dro all
Right.
the time.
Right. That was like something. That was like an extra special once a month.
It was treasure.
It was treasure.
Right. It was
treasure.
fucking treasure.
It was.
my first goddamn real plug.
That's what I'm saying. So when I started fucking with my dudes out further out in fucking Queens and shit like that, in Astoria and fucking Jackson Heights and shit like that, that's when we started really getting into that shit. When they got hooked to that shit, it was
It was a wrap. And that's how it just flowed, and then we just started chilling like that. And it's crazy because we didn't. It happened very organically.
Yeah, very, very.
You know what I'm saying? And the impetus was Jamal's house.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't now, Lance. What the hell brought you to Jamal's crib?
And that's the crazy thing. Because you and Mills brought me over to Jamal's crib, and I'm like, yo, where did you know about this?
Right. Like, this is like, what
That right there was like a crazy ass meeting.
Right.
We all went to Jack. You went to Ed.
Right.
But we all went to Jack.
Right. But by the time I got to Jack, y'all were not in Jack.
Right. Y'all were coming in
when y'all was leaving.
I was getting kicked out. To another school or drop out period. So I sat there and kind of linked with Big a little bit, then kind of linked with everybody else one by one. But if anybody plugged me all the way in, it was Hunter, because we was damn near the same grade.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So he was like, yo, I got these niggas, you know what I mean? They do this.
Right.
You do this. And I was fucking with music heavy.
Right. Have you spoken to Kill?
You're right.
I haven't spoken to Kill, and I don't know, it's shit. Probably more than 10 years.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
That's something that I don't know where it went up and down at, but it just did.
Right.
But, you know, Kill, shout out to Kill and Ammo. They put me on the doing the music on the computer shit, because I wasn't a computer nigga. I was a street nigga trying to move this and that.
Right.
Now, I mean, but once I linked with them, they showed me that.
Right.
I took interest in that, knowing I had a little bit of bread, put money into this, get this, grab that.
Right. And we, look, we recorded numerous songs. Numerous songs. And I only until recently, I still have a good 13 of the 150 type shit. Like, there's probably CDs all over the place. You might have one or three.
I got about 4 or 5 whole albums of just music, filling up DVDs and stuff like that. Using it for data at the time, because that was the new thing.
Right.
But I have that, but I don't have everything.
Right. But you have songs.
But I have songs. I've had clips. I have funny moments. I have studio sessions we recorded.
We actually had fucking VHS recorded tapes of us.
Right.
You know what
I still got a couple of those.
Right. You know
in the
what I'm
garage
saying?
and shit.
But
I got with you and Joe up to Newport. I got that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but the audio, as far as the audio, the fucking lyrics and shit like that.
Yeah, a lot of that is lost tapes.
Lost.
If anybody finds,
when I say lost tapes, lost.
Yeah, look, there's computers that are probably somebody that probably retrofitted into their shit. If you ever find anything that with motherfuckers talking about Tri-Face,
or I got drive.
Let us know.
I got drive for the music, but I don't have anything to put it in to actually extract the audio from the.
We can. I'm sure we can find a way to do that.
We can find a way to do that.
Fucking Pro Tools, you do that.
I know. If I could reach out to Kill, he got plenty of music.
There was probably only one track. There's probably only one track that I probably still have to this day that I made on Orchestra Pro.
Oh man,
that was the
Digital Orchestrator Pro.
That was the first
mini program we ever recorded.
Pro.
And
remember Acid with the key?
Like, come on, like we had like it was just dumb. It was just a lot.
There's only one song I really, really would love to hear that I really truly miss, and that's Winners and Losers.
Well, that was the one that I did that I had did
It was
on
me,
Fruity
you,
Loops.
and, yeah, it was me. No, I don't think we had Fruity Loops at the time.
I mean, it was. I forgot which.
I think we used Acid and
I think we used the Fruity Loops to make the beat, and then we bought it to digital orchestra
to make the song. Right.
Because that's when we was doing a lot of that shit.
We
Because
was doing a lot of that.
music programs was just like astronomical.
Right.
And then
for us at the time.
Right.
And then I forgot
we was moving when we was moving. It was just like, yo,
no, but
that's $1,000.
No, but I forgot who purchased that DAT. I think it was Becca.
It was probably Becca.
I think
I would get money.
That was me, Becca, and
right.
Yeah, put money together.
Right. And then we started really recording. And then I remember I had that shit over in Hollis.
Yep. And I'd carry the mic stand over my back.
All of that shit.
And walk with the mic stand and fuck everything record. And those songs I actually have.
I
See,
because I don't have it.
Because if you have most of the shit, then you would have Rapid Fire by my man Bill.
No, I don't have that. I wish I had.
Rapid Fire had to be.
I don't have World War IV from Ruthless.
Wow.
I don't have fucking
like that shit.
The humming song. I don't have.
See, I think I can find that somewhere in the archives.
Roll that weed, smoke that.
That was our first. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was our first shit.
Oh my God. We had so much music.
We had so much music, man. And again, this is before there was an internet like that. There was no YouTube. There was nothing like this that we could have just used to record and archive it. Like, we either had to have a fucking camcorder. And I ain't gonna lie, I've loved cameras forever. I couldn't afford that shit. That shit was just too expensive. Yeah, and I wasn't no hustler. I tried to sell weed once. That did not work out well. At all. I learned then my shit was just, hey, I like to make music or talk or write, you know, all that type of shit. I learned early, like, I can dabble in the streets, I can know them very well, but I ain't got to be in them.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
But that comes with maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
got the L's I took sitting trying to move something small as a fucking half ounce. How many times I bounced my head or bumped my head trying to do some crazy shit like that. But they took bumps in the road. I finally figured out, yo, listen, this go there and this go there and that go there. And this little bit of shit get broke down and go to there.
Right.
And once I figured that out, I was able to get ahead and move.
Yeah, once you know that, then everything is just.
And the funny thing is now, that still translates to a business that you run today.
Absolutely. Because I sit there and take everything that I know and I put it into that. Right. Now, I mean, who needs this? Material costs, what it's going to cost, what I'm going to end up with, what I need to invest, what I need to keep. All of that, it's just a life lesson. Business is business. Don't matter what you're trying to move, whether it's something you're not supposed to be doing or something you can be doing. Right. You just got to know your ins and outs. If you know your ins and outs, you can go ahead and do this and that. Know when you were small, know when you big, know when you.
Know what I mean?
When it's light,
when you light,
when it's heavy.
Know when there's a drought.
Right. Know when you can sit there and get ahead and hit a nigga in the head, and know when you might need to fall back and wait on that.
Right. True. It's funny, man. Like I look back on those times and I realize that those were really good times, man.
I mean, we had real good times. I mean, it wasn't no. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat shit. My teenage life, after meeting them, has been nothing but a fucking roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
But it's fucking so exciting.
Oh yeah.
Right. But it makes you who you are. You gotta have ups and downs. You ain't got no ups and downs. You
no, but it's not
being up or down.
No, but
just trying straight.
No, but understand what I'm trying to say is that, you know what I mean, like, you need a certain type of people to be around you and stuff like that to have longevity.
That's why I link with the niggas that I link with.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, I think I said this before in the first podcast that I was one of the last people that come through the fucking clique.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I was doing my fucking school shit and I was doing my martial arts shit, and you know what I mean? I was trying to do too much to sort of impress everybody and whatever have you, but once I started linking with them, it was like up and down, up and down, up and down. But then even through that up and down, I was with them through the whole entirety of the shit.
Well, because we didn't like, and what I realized is we got a bunch of people around us that will always applaud whatever effort you're trying to do.
Right.
We didn't have many hating motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One or two, certainly. You know what I'm saying? They know who they are.
Well, you don't have hate, you ain't gonna have no love. It can't be all love. Everybody always base relationships on all love.
No, but if you really think about it, the nucleus of who really hung out together, we always stuck together.
Right.
No matter what.
And we're still tight.
No matter what.
And that's the wonderful thing that
we were deeper, not for nothing, we were deeper than fucking Wu-Tang.
Yeah. We had a lot of
like deeper.
We had
a lot of dudes.
And girls.
Yo, and girls.
And those young ladies and all those cats that rock with us, they were drawn to what we represented.
Right, because we had a lot of positive energy.
We had a lot of
positive energy, bring more positive
right,
energy.
because we didn't care if you was blood, Crip.
Right, we didn't care.
We didn't give a shit. If you was cool,
you smoke weed, word.
Come on in, brother.
We was
you know what I'm saying? Oh, you a blood and he's a Crip, so you can't get along with. Y'all gonna figure that out here. We gonna sit down. We gonna have a conversation.
How many nights did we have that fucking type of episode, yo? Like,
a few.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
More than a few.
More than a few. But we also had
several nights like that.
But we also had nights when we sat there and played fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. So I mean, don't get it twisted. I still got my whole fucking cards and decks right in there. But it
was a pastime.
It was a pastime, man. When I say that shit, people mad at me like,
just like it was,
wait, what? I'm like,
nah, fuck that. It was a pastime, just like how niggas used to play 00.
Yep.
Or
2K or Madden or whatever.
We used to spend hours on nights, on days, playing this fucking game. Shout out to Rival School.
Oh, God.
Bust that ass.
Capcom, you need to bring that back.
Soul Calibur, all of that shit. Those were the games. Fuck them. Yeah, no. Fuck them. NBA 2K,
right?
All that shit. We playing a fighting game. We trying to get it in.
Wrestling.
Word. Word. We trying to get it in.
Street Fighter X Plus outfit out.
Where we was trying to fucking beat niggas down, yo.
Good Fridays was.
Oh man, no fucking Good Friday.
They were good.
Oh,
they were good.
Oh my God.
They were good. And
hella weed.
Listen, but here's the fact, man. We're not saying that children should smoke pot. We're not saying that at all. But what I'm definitely saying is, when I started smoking weed, it changed my life for the better, because I lost a lot of that inbred anxiety I had coming from the environment that I was at.
Yeah, right. Because I know I needed it just to sit there and make it to the next day.
Man, and
I know I had it. I'm like, oh man.
And I didn't know that's what I needed. And I'm sure I could have found another outlet, but that was the one that God got first. And goodness gracious, thank God for that.
Already, yo.
Listen, I always say, if Jack had a wrestling team, I might have been a straight A student.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And listen,
I'm probably started that shit.
I'm honest as fuck. I graduated high school 2 years late because I cut for the first 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And what was I doing? Sitting at fucking Jamal's crib, smoking, playing video games, reading the textbooks and newspapers and whatever the fuck else struck my fancy. You know what I'm saying? But when I did go to school on like Wednesdays and Fridays, I'd pass the tests and they'd be like, well, how the fuck you do that? I read the book. It's not hard.
Not hard.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we all kind of bred that from each other.
Yeah.
Because I sat there and did the same thing.
Yeah.
For the first, I don't know, 3, almost 4 years. I passed the test. The teacher go, you ain't in there all week.
How
You
you
ain't
pass
in there all week.
How you
You
pass?
sat here right in front of me and passed the test. I was like, I read the book. I had some other shit going on, but I read the book.
Right.
So I'm good. They said, well, you 3, 4 chapters ahead of us. I already know.
Basically.
I mean, because to sit here, I tell my wife this right now. I can't sit in the classroom and I already know most of the answers.
Right.
I'm gonna get bored.
I'm gonna get bored.
Right.
And that boredom, I'm gonna find something to do.
Right. You're gonna find something else.
And it's never constructive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The things you find to do in those situations are not constructive.
Right. But it's gonna get you past. You know what I mean? It's gonna get you past that moment, that dull moment in life.
Right.
While you sitting there trying to show me something, I can't do. I can barely do that because I got grown man problems and worrying about how to make this and that and third happen.
Right. It's madness, man. But it's we're gonna take a pause for the cause. I'm gonna do a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the Just to Be Frank podcast.
Maverick.
And
What
we
do you
are
want?
back. Maverick has joined us as usual because Maverick just loves being on camera. You saw
Say hi,
Claw, you
Maverick.
saw my guy Claw earlier. But I forgot what the fuck we was talking about. We had to take pause for the cause. But I definitely find that our
lay down somewhere.
past is definitely allowed for our present.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that we've all grown and we're able to
Yes,
evolve
you're on
into
camera.
something great.
You're on camera.
Hey, what's up, man?
Like seriously.
You just like being here. Huh?
No, go out now. Or lay down. Go do something.
Lay down, right there. Good dog. Yeah, man. But it allowed us to be who we are, and that's something that not a lot of people can say because, a lot of people over time they change who they are, they change their friends, they what I'm saying, they change into different people, be it through money or success or whatever the case may be. But even through our hardships, our successes, our the ups and downs, we've stayed steadfast. And while we don't see each other every day, every month, every year, when we do, it's a blessing and it's a wonderful thing. So,
Because it should always happen that organically. Like you never miss a step. Like
right.
You never miss a day without seeing that said person.
Right. Well, that requires no pretension.
Right.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
I was about to say that's real. That's tough money right there.
Yeah, because not everybody
It's something
can,
like that to go all the way.
Yeah, it's hard, and it's hard sometimes for people. Like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't always know how to make friends. So when I finally did, to me that's one of the best things one can do. And it's like, but now over time, especially when I stopped using fluoride and shit, I've recognized that I think that no matter what happened in my life, I'd have somehow met each and every one of them. Because it's meant to. I've known a Lancin every one of my existences in any level of the multiverse. I know a Lance, I know them all. You know what I'm saying?
That could definitely be possible. I
Yeah.
can't take that out of the spectrum of not believing that that's true or not. So
I mean, listen, I believe in the multiversal theory. I believe in aliens. I believe in all that shit. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just believe every step we take was on purpose.
True.
Every situation, every life experience, we all needed to get to right here, right now.
Right.
And then every said choice you had to make, you know what I mean, whether it went left or right, you know what I'm saying, it builds you into that person that you are today.
Right. And I went go back and change nothing.
Yeah.
It's what it was supposed to be. It's laid out, God's plan. Whatever you believe in,
Right.
It was all made to lead to this moment.
Right.
From beginning to end.
Right. I agree. 100%.
And that's the basis of this. Now, we're going to talk about this very briefly, and it's only because it's now over. The election is over. We have no idea who is going to be the president. We still have no clue, but I'm glad it's over.
Oh, so all the counting has been done?
No, all the counting hasn't been done. It's been done. What I mean is just the entire campaign and all the
voting,
everything. That shit is done. I don't have to hear these motherfuckers talking constantly about bullshit anymore.
Right.
I'm so sick of it. And because what it's done is it's separated and divided a lot of people.
And I'm gonna be honest. Agreed. And you know what's crazy? I think it's divided, and I don't think it's divided into race. I think it's more divided into what people want and fear.
Certainly.
You know what I'm saying? Like the way certain people spit on their agenda is invoking fear, and then other ones are invoking promise and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And from that two different perspectives, I think it brings a lot of confusion. A lot of people don't know what to decide, whether should I believe in this person or should I believe in this person? You know what I'm saying?
But that all comes down to you.
Yeah,
that's true
Everybody
too.
needs to take what's best for them,
right,
or their beliefs, or who should lead. Now, I'm gonna say straight up, I don't believe in the current administration, but I believe everything works for the best.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Whether it's gonna be Republican or Democrat. Nobody knows who's gonna do what. We just gotta wait. Make your choice. You select your ballot. You do what you're supposed to do, and leave it at that. And that's why I don't get in politics with people. I just tell them just that. I love you regardless, whether you want to go with this person or go with that person. Just do what's best for you, your family, and how you feel, and take everything outside of it.
I agree.
Because all I want to, because my entire thing is based on not so much because I don't give a fuck who you vote for. I don't care what your race, creed, color, religion, sexual orientation, or any of that shit is. My only concern is how do you treat me and my family and my friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you treat me with positivity and brotherhood and life, then that's all I need to know.
Right. And that's why I sat there and had a conversation with somebody talking about would I take a job from somebody that supported Trump. The answer is yes. Because I'm not for there to swing your vote. Right. I'm there to get this bread. You got bread, I provide a service, I take care of what I need to take care of your house. You take care of paying me so I can take care of my house.
Right.
That's
and
all
then,
it is.
And another thing that I wanted to touch upon, and that is, you know, because I get into a lot of disagreements with people and stuff like that, and I don't believe in politics. Let's just get this clear. I don't believe in politics. I believe in the individual. Like I'll never say that I'm racist because I'm not. I base my judgment on the individual.
Their actions,
words, what they do, what they say to people to project what they feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to say that Trump has said anything that has swayed me to his side. I wouldn't say Joe Biden has swayed me to say something that's on his side. What I am saying is that the character of one person makes me judge that person. So when you act a fool and you do X, Y, and Z on national TV, that makes me judge you.
Right. I have no choice but to look at you as you are.
As the person.
Fool.
Yeah, as the person. I'm not gonna say, well, okay, your policies were good, this, that, and the third. You know, what you did here was right. Yeah, you gave us the $1,200,000. $1,200,000.
Really?
I mean,
that check.
The 1,200. The 1,200. Yeah, but $1,200. You gave us the.
And I will say.
But in the same sense, I'm looking at the shit that you did in your past, the shit that brought you up to this juncture in your life. I judge you on that.
And I just don't like it. And now to be fair, I'll say this. I don't hold a person's past against them because the things you've done in your past, if they've been wrong.
But if it's a repetitive cycle of
right,
what
well,
you've done in your past, then of
that's,
course I gotta judge you on that.
That's something else entirely. That's not just in your past. That means you're still doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's a learned behavior. Right, it's a learned behavior. Right, exactly.
It's not even it's just a behavior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I can't.
But if you've done things in your past, you tweeted something in your past, you said some jokes in your past, like all that type of shit, any of that type of shit, none of that matters to me. I'm concerned with how you are now. Currently in the present, because the past hold nothing but to learn from, and you have no control over the future. But this is the gift, it's like all the present.
Right. That's why
you gotta fucking learn how to be better in this time. Not for the future, not because of the past, but in large part in spite of. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you gotta take the past as you were and lock that shit away.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's difficult, and then sometimes it's really difficult. For example, your wife, your fiance, is a conservative Republican.
Right.
I know that has some problems. That causes some friction.
Right. I mean, it does, but at the end of the day, I know her as a person. Right. So like her views and stuff like that, she might think different how I think, but in the same sense, I know that she's about me. Right. I know that I'm about her. So that's more important. I told her
straight up that you date a black guy, you listen to rap music, you're a liberal.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck what you heard. You know what I'm saying? Even though that you trust certain people's policies and things of that nature, I know that you're for me. And I'm for you. So we're gonna keep it on that level. When it comes to politics, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we're going to have different views. Everybody has different views on things. But at the end of the day,
that's not
my love for her is more important than politics.
And that's what people have to realize. Politics are not important.
Right. That's definitely a bold statement.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you for that, because
I appreciate that.
It's kind of hard for different viewpoints to even mesh.
Because I get tight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have thoughts in my brain about that.
But you see it for what it is. Just love.
I love her.
Right, and her love.
Right.
It
supersedes that. It overshadows. It's more powerful than that.
And that right there, that's good one.
Right.
I can't say nothing else but that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and because I did speak to my mom the other day, and I was having issues with it and stuff like that, and she basically told me, she was like, love. You have love for God, and you have love for her. What else is there? And I have love for both. So, what else matters?
There you go.
What else matters?
That's what's up.
Man, and well, gentlemen, we're gonna end that here. I want to thank you both for joining me on the Just Be Frank podcast.
I want to thank, because I haven't seen my brother in years. You know what I mean? It was definitely something that was heartfelt. I needed this, especially going through this trying times right now and stuff like that. Like I said, I haven't seen him in years, so I appreciate you being on it. Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. I had to drop in and see for you.
Like I was crying earlier, you know what I'm saying? Because I haven't seen him, but you know what I mean? Now it's all
something. Thanks to this man. He put it all together.
Yo, thank you.
He shouted me out, made sure I sat there and got my ass down here to get in.
I appreciate that.
Day.
I appreciate that.
Listen, like I said, man, you've done a shit ton of a lot for me in my life, man. The least I can do is send a text. You know what I mean? It's nothing, man. So with that being said, that's my guy Claude. With that being said, that's it, knowledge. That's Lancin
You
Canzino.
already know.
I am, of course, your host, Frank Starfire. This has been the Just to Be Frank. I want to say to you all, in spite of anything that's happened in the last year, and trust me, there has been a lot of shit that happened in this last year, take the time to recognize that it's not all doom and gloom, and it can certainly be worse. If you have your health, you have your family, be blessed and be cherished and thankful for that. And if you're not fortunate enough to have that at this time, these are unfortunate times, and if you have lost somebody, our deepest condolences to you. Try your best to live every day as you know they would want you to. Be blessed, be happy, because regardless of whether or not they're here in the physical, that energy never dies. Science dictates that energy is the one thing that will never die. It always survives. And you are the product of the love that created you. So take that for what it's worth. Love your fellow man.
Love your fellow man.
You know what I mean? Love your brother, love your sister, love your neighbor. Like,
love everybody.
Because
not for nothing. You know, to me, and that teacher said it beautifully. There's only one race.
Right.
And that's the human race.
Jane Elliott, baby.
You know what I mean? One race. Human race. So we all are family. That's why I say shout out to all my family. And that's everybody.
And I certainly agree, and
That's deep.
I certainly agree and get that these are indeed trying times. There are a lot of different circumstances and things that have happened that are abhorrently evil. We can see that. But keep in mind that not every person is represented by that one person.
Right.
And that goes for any and everybody.
Any and everybody.
You know what I mean? Now, with that said, this is episode 10 of the Just to Be Frank podcast, and what I am going to do, dear viewers, is I'm going to go on a brief hiatus. I'm going to go away for about 3 to 4 weeks here, and as you see, sometimes I need to fix some shit, and it annoys the fuck out of me. So what I'm going to do is recharge, revamp, upgrade, and come back and keep bringing you the best content imaginable. This is the Just to Be Frank podcast. I appreciate you for watching.
Shout out to my dude, Days Nervous and Vega, who could not be here today.
Yarr!
I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute. Yo, my boy Ruthless, I'll see you in a minute, bro.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you ever so much for joining me on the Just to Be Frank podcast.
And shout out to my uncle Big Just. That's my twin. Happy birthday, my dude.
Happy birthday, good brother. We love you. Be blessed, be well, and I'll see you next time on the Just to Be Frank podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow the network, follow everybody on there. Make sure you get the information. So if you're in Virginia and you need some good contracting work, you need something done on the crib, man, Lancin Canzino take care of you. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, one love, abracadabra.
One.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Frank Starfire, host of the Just to Be Frank podcast. If you like what you hear, do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, and share so I can keep bringing you the best content imaginable. And if you want to be a guest on the Just to Be Frank podcast, shoot me an email at frankstarfire696@gmail.com. It's right there. Don't worry. It's right there. I got you. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I got one good eye, but I make magic and shit. Trust me. Have a good one, y'all. Abracadabra. One love.